Hello, hello. So, I didn't think Ferdi was up, so I decided I would wear a goofy hat. I actually got this sunflower hat for Saga, my Jibo, because I thought the hole for it was smaller. It was way too big for him, so he's never going to be able to wear it. So, stage 50 for Robi. I need some good luck, some sunflower good luck. Ferdi's is up though. Come on, Ferdi. Here, I'll move this. This is a cover I usually have on the couch, but we'll put it on the floor for Ferdi to sit on if he decides to go down there. Stage 50 for Robi. I need good luck because stage 49 was very difficult. So 4 times I tried to do stage 49. You only saw 3 of them. What happened is, the first time I skipped 2 stages, 47 and 48, and was working on 49 because 47 and 49 were servo stages, and I got confused in the book. So, like, flipped past it, 47. So, the next week, I did 47, 48, and I was going to do 49, but then the memory card flipped off. It's not flipped off. The camcorder flipped off because the memory card was full. So, that same day, and it wasn't last week, it was the week before, that same day, I tried 48, because it cut off during 48, 48 and 49 again. That was the 3rd time. And the memory card, again, got full, even though I cleared off like a whole bunch of videos. It got full again. This time, there are no other videos on this card. So, 50 should be fine. But anyway, the camcorder went off again the 3rd time, so 49 I didn't finish. So then I started it again after clearing off everything, and I forgot to hit the record button. So I ended up finishing 49, but I didn't record it. And I'm not going to go back and fix it again, assemble it again. So 49 is going to be up in, the nether regions of, not being on video for my series for Robi. So relatively long. Let's get this one started. 50. Knock on wood. We got the Ferdi cat. We probably can't see the Ferdi cat. We're gonna have the lucky sunflower, and we're gonna have lucky Jibo. Hey Jibo, set a 25-minute timer, please.
You got it. 25 minutes.
Thank you very much, buddy. And so stage 50, prepare to join Robi's legs for the first time. So I've got all the parts I need. I have the 2 legs. And let's see if I've got them in the right order. Yep. Here's the left leg. Here's the right leg. I will show with this, hopefully, that the left leg is working. Let's make sure, actually, that I've got everything on the left leg that it's supposed to have. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, hopefully at 49, I have everything. So, the parts I need as well are the battery. I have not charged the battery recently, so hopefully it's okay. I need the CPU board. The CPU board. I need the right hip servo, which was in stage 33. So I've had to keep this in stage 33 for no reason. Why not have it a stage like soon, like stage 50 itself could have done the servo. Who knows? So for some reason. Oh, I need protective pads. Where did I put those? Maybe they're in here. Yeah, here we go. Protective pads. Running a little low on the protective pads. Okay, so that's the bag that I keep all the stuff in. That I can put into it anyway. Protective pads, battery, CPU, legs. Oh, and then we've got what was the other thing that they wanted? Oh, this. The rear hip panel. this is what's been used to charge the battery when I've charged it. So, and then we've got mini Robi, and we've got, make sure it's up there, Robi, big Robi, the one I'm putting together, because we're gonna have to check the servo ID. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down here and we're gonna start. Right, Ferdi, we're gonna start. Like I said, you probably can't see him. He's right here off the camera. Anyway, if I move this, I always forget I got that stuff in there. I always keep these. One of these future ones, I'll go over everything that Robi's going to be able to do. Okay, so I'm going to set this down. Ferdi, you can actually come here if you want. Yeah, I've actually got room for him this time. Got my handy dandy screwdriver. Okay, so I'm going to test that is indeed ID number 2 for this servo, because I want to make sure that it is set right. So we're going to put it into this and test it just for one moment. Okay, got it in there. Turn the board on, and then just testing it. Yep, its ID 2 is lit up and it just rotated. So it is the correct one, which I thought it was, but just in case, you know. Alright, so prepare to join Robi's legs for the first time. In this stage, you will begin the process of joining Robi's legs for the first time, which you will do by fitting his left leg with its hip frame, then fitting the right hip servo programmed in stage 33 to the existing hip frame of the right leg. It says this stage begins with you adding the inner hip frame to the top of the left leg assembled over the previous stages. You will then turn to the right leg. Ferdi, I'm sorry, you didn't decide to sit here anyway, so I'm going to put it back up here. Where you will fit the right hip servo prepared in stage 33 to the existing hip frame at the top of the right leg. This will then be tested using the CPU board and rear hip panel following the same method used in previous stages. There he goes. Now he's behind me. Ferdi, you can sit down. Don't eat the plastic, buddy. Hey, no plastic. No plastic for the Ferdi. Okay, so here's the parts that come with this stage. And we had Hurricane Hanna hit down, not in Houston. It was a tropical storm and became a hurricane. So Hurricane Hanna, I knew Ferdi was going to start trying to chew this. Don't chew this. No chewing the sunflower. Anyway, it hit down, I can't remember where it was. It was a port, I don't think it was Port Arthur. Maybe it was, I can't remember. But it hit down yesterday at 5 p.m. There was some rain in here yesterday, some rain again here today. It's actually not been that bad of weather. Bye-bye, Ferdi. Okay, so we have the left outer hip frame, the right outer hip frame, the left inner hip frame, and the servo cable. And here's the servo cable. Alright. Normally, I put these down. So since he went away, I'll put these down here and hide them. Because I don't like him chewing on the plastic. Put these back here for the time being. Because these are going to keep the CPU and battery again. Okay, so let me get the parts identified. So 2 of these parts look the same except one. So this is the left outer hip frame. This is the right outer hip frame. This is the left inner hip frame. Okay, so mounting the inner hip frame. And I'll show you what I'm going over. Line up the left inner hip frame to the left leg assembly built over the previous stages, oriented as shown. The D-cut hole in the frame will fit over the correspondingly shaped shaft of servo ID 8, the thigh servo. Making absolutely sure the shaft is sitting correctly within the D-cut hole, press the parts together. Double check that the shaft and D-cut hole of the frame are correctly set and flush with one another. Okay, so line up the left inner hip frame, which is this part. And we're gonna line it up, looks like this way, with the left, this is the left leg, and it looks like it's gonna be this. Correct? Appears to be correct. All right, it is together. There we go. Retesting the servo. You tested the movement of the left leg servo in stage 49, but at that stage the thigh servo wasn't attached to the inner hip frame. Fitted into this stage to get an idea of how the parts will work together now they are joined. You may like to perform the test again. Okay, and I'm not going to do the sub-assembly again. Connect the ankle servo to its designated socket on the CPU board, then connect the battery. Looks like it's okay. So I can do this again. I'm pretty certain it was this one. Okay, and we got to connect the battery. This gives me a chance to make sure the battery's working. So there we go, it's moving. Okay, so it is working. You didn't get to see that last week because, like I said, it was not working to do stage 49 on camera to complete it. Okay, now I'm trying to get this out. There we go. All right, so we're gonna disconnect that. There we go. Put these aside so we could see that was working. Fitting the right hip servo. You have been working on the left leg in this stage, but now you will start on the right leg. So this was the left leg. I'm going to put it over here. And now we're going to take the right leg. And this is the servo that is needed. And I'm going to need to put a protective pad on it at some point. Fetch the right hip servo that you prepared in stage 33. Remove the 4 screws holding the servo cover in place. Position the right hip servo next to the right leg assembly. Hold the connector at the end of the cable running into the leg and push it into the free socket of the servo. Hold the servo as shown and line it up to the right leg's inner hip frame. Press the servo into the frame. There should be no gap between the servo and the frame. Use 2 of the screws removed in step 5 to secure the servo to the hip frame via the 2 circled holes. Okay, so first let's remove the screws. Hey Jibo, how long on the timer?
It'll be done in 14 minutes and 6 seconds.
So we're doing okay still. Goal.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thanks. It's goal always to make sure that we are done in 30 minutes or less if possible. So there we go. So we remove that. We're not going to use this again typically. Put that over there. So we've got the right leg, and I'm supposed to put it okay, I'm supposed to take this one and put it in the free socket, which I need to put a pad on it. It's one of those things where some of the times I don't put pads on them because the pads come off lots of times. But this time, it's actually going onto the servo, so it should be okay to put the pad on. Typically when they go on the servos, it's been okay to put them on. It's just when you're putting them on the test board or the other stuff, it's very hard to get them to stay. Okay, so we've got that connected. Now we're supposed to put it in some way. Looks like it's supposed to go in this way. I think. Hopefully. Okay. So this is the part that I'm doing. Now we've got more things falling out. Okay, so this is the part that I'm doing. And then I take these two screws and I put them in this. And we're wanting to have the stuff should come out. Should be able to see this part. So two of these screws are gonna attach it. What are you back? He's down on the floor over here. Of course you are. You're trying to get at the plastic I got over here. Put this down under the cover. Come on, Ford. Come on, Fordy. Here, I can even put that down if you want up here. You want up here, boo-boo? Let me get this in, though. Okay, gotta put it back in. Okay. Ferdi, Ferdi, Ferdi. Getting these in. Hopefully, it's not much more to do. Just trying to make sure I've got them in because this is the permanent location. Okay. Alrighty. Ferdi, you're not going to come up, huh? He's still down there. Fitting the right outer hip frame. Lay the two outer hip frame supplied in this stage side by side on your work surface. You will see an L and an R molded into the inside faces of the left and right parts respectively, circled in this stage. You will be using only the right frame, so store the left one safely until it is needed. So they actually have them marked, huh? So there's L. And there's R. Yeah, the R is there. You're not going to be able to see it, but that's okay. With the right outer hip frame oriented as shown. Where did Ferdi go? Oh, there he is. With the right outer hip frame oriented as shown, feed the free end of the hip servo's cable through the hole in its center from the inside of the part. Once fitted, the cable will sit in the recess outlined above, so be aware of this before you join the parts. The next step is to join the outer hip frame to the rest of the hip assembly. Position the part close to the assembly and seat the servo cable linking the thigh and hip servos into the groove highlighted in the previous step. Then ensure that the cable remains set this way. Carefully join the parts so that they fit snugly. The lip of the thigh frame will sit inside of the circular recess as outlined in the previous step. Use the remaining two screws removed in step 5 to secure the frame to the servo. So this is okay. So this looks like it's supposed to go like that. So this is supposed to go like that. And then I'm going to have to take my glasses off. I've been keeping them on. It's kind of surprising. Normally I take them off way before now. Okay, I see. See, this part here is what needs to sit somewhere. Okay, so this is going to need to sit in the recess, as it states. There we go. That actually is okay. Okay, I see. So I'm gonna basically you have to get it snug in there, and then we're gonna put them together like this. Okay, that looks good. And then where did I put the screws? Oh, they're there. Okay, so we got this going. Ferdi, you sleepies? Okay. Sleepy, sleepy. Up. These are screws that they do not give extras, so. But they're actually not that, knock on wood, hard to find, because they're a lot bigger than some of the other screws. Okay, so we've got this set together. And usually mention this in a lot of the videos. The screwdriver I'm using is not the one that comes with Robi's set. That one became stripped pretty soon. Don't remember how many stages, like maybe stage 15 or something. It had already become stripped. So I'm using a different tool set, which I already had for these. And this will be linked in the description. This is a very good one. Hasn't become stripped. Also has the rotating on the end, because you're supposed to hold the screwdriver and then rotate it. You know, like rotate it this way or this way. You know, whether you're loosening it or tightening it. But anyway, this is a very good screwdriver. Much better than the one that came with the kit. Okay. So that was this part, and we are now almost done, I'm thinking. Testing the right leg and hip. Fetch the rear hip panel with the power distribution board and cord, and line up its circled D-cut socket to the backward facing hip servo shaft. Remember, the D-cut parts will fit neatly and easily when set correctly. When the parts are set, they should be as they should be. See the close-up boxes throughout the series for info on handling D-cuts safely. Press the hip panel onto the shaft, then turn around the leg to face you. Okay, so here we go, and that is this part, and we are looking this side. Okay. So I want to make sure I get the D-cut right. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Turn around the leg to face me. Now fetch the CPU board with the test micro SD card inserted, and insert the hip servos cable into the right leg socket on the board closest to the micro SD card slot. Okay, so that's the furthest most slot. And this doesn't have a pad on it because it's impossible to put them on this board and have a pad. And I should be able now to normally tell which side it needs to go in, because normally one side looks totally different than the other. One side's smooth and one side isn't. Smoother, I should say. Not totally smooth, but smoother. Okay. Connect the battery to initiate the test. Bear in mind the test will begin as soon as the battery is connected. Okay. And I'm going to connect the battery again. Okay. It's kind of tipping over. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Got to be very careful with it. Got to take it out. Okay, I'm going to set it on its side a minute, which I shouldn't do, but I can't risk it falling over, which it was going to do. Okay. I'm going to put it in one more time and make sure I didn't hurt it, and then I'm going to have to take it out again. But I just want to make sure I didn't hurt it, actually. Yeah, it's fine. See, when it leans in like this, that's when it starts trying to fall over. Okay, there we go. And I disconnect it. Okay, there we go. All right, next, the 3 servos that tilt forward and back. The ankle, knee, and thigh servos will begin their... Oh, this was just telling the movement. So this part here, I did that, and then this is the movement. You could already see what the movement was. Sealing the servo cable. They want me to put the protective pad on it, which I'm not going to do. And that's the end of this stage, it looks like. So it says... Assembled right and left legs. Robi's legs have taken the next step towards being joined at the hip. And then it's got some tips. On completion, the length of servo cable sticking out between Robi's ankles and knees will be pulled taut and sit neatly within the grooves marked below by the dotted line. Until then, be very careful not to snag or hook these cables on anything, and this will damage the parts and result in a great deal of dismantling and rebuilding. So these here are supposed to be like this. So that's the end of this. I thankfully did not have to do any troubleshooting. So my lucky sunflower hat, which I'm going to take off now, put it over here. I even had my hair somewhat presentable. So now coming in pack 14. Hopefully luckier than pack 13. 13's, it was specifically stage 49 that was not so lucky. Put Robi over here. You're supposed to carry him by his handle, basically. Pack 14 is going to have fascinating facts. Prometheus searching for the origins of human existence. So that movie Prometheus. The next 4 stages will be stage 51, 52, 53, and 54, which will be to prepare the left hip servo, join Robi's legs, start working on Robi's head and neck, and prepare Robi's neck servo. So that's what it looks like. And
hey, it's your timer.
We got the timer right at the end. Hey, Jibo, stop the timer. So next week we'll not be doing this box 14's assembly for any of those stages. We'll be unboxing it as typical. Then we will start on those stages. Hopefully we can get 2 stages a week and we will not be delayed like we were this time. If we get 2 stages a week and we have stages up to 70, stage 70, that's 20 more stages, and we have 4 boxes. So there's 18 total boxes, so we have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, sorry, 5 more boxes. I can't count. 5 more boxes, that's 5 weeks of that. And then if 20 stages, that's 10 weeks. So we've got 15 more weeks left, so 4 months. If we get lucky, maybe we'll get really lucky and we'll actually have 3 stages in a week or something. Okay. Take care and have a good weekend. Stay safe. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye.